30-06 John here, and today what I want to talk about is how I've gotten my Ruger ranch rifle and 450 Bushmaster ready for this spring and summertime, since it's one of my bear defense rifles. So keep on watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. I've had this rifle for 6 years. It's been pretty good. It's one of my regular rifles that I take when I go camping for bear protection. I've done a couple of things to this rifle here to upgrade it. One of them is that I've put this Strike Eagle 1:6 scope on it. Before I had a Leopold 1.5-5 on it. This scope seems to be fine so far. It has an illuminated reticle. So we'll see how it works out, but I have pretty high hopes for it. I have a Blackhawk cheek pad with ammo pouch. In the ammo pouch, I keep an extra magazine and also a weapons light that I can mount on the front. Up front here at the front swivel, I mounted a Caldwell pick rail and swivel. This attaches to the existing sling swivel. This allows me to attach this weapons light. This is a Cabela's weapons light. Just sort of snaps on and you tighten the screw. 800 lumen weapons light. Good for those nighttime bear encounters. The loads that I use are hand loads. I have a 325 grain Barnes Buster full metal jacket, flat nose, going just over 2,000 feet per second. And also I'm using a 300 grain Hornady XTP mag, going 2,050 feet per second. Both of these loads exceed normal hand loading data in reloading books. SAMI spec for the 450 Bushmaster is about 38,500 psi. The bolt action rifle that I'm using, the ranch rifle, could easily take 55,000 psi. Here's some bullets that I use for reloading. The Hornady FTX 250 grain was designed for the 450 Bushmaster. It works pretty good on deer and what I've heard on black bear. It doesn't really, it's not bonded. It doesn't have a cannula to lock the jacket to the core. It says it has an interlock, but I think it really needs a cannula here. So I don't use this for any type of brown bear defense. This Barnes 275 grain Barnes XPB bullet, all copper. I have this going about 2,100 feet per second. That would be a good bullet. I'm not using that right now, but that's a good bullet. I am using this Hornady XTP mag, 300 grain. This bullet was designed for the 460 Smith & Wesson and 454 Casull. This will hold together. It does have a cannula. Another bullet that is interesting is the Hornady Sub-X bullet, 395 grain. Now they designed this for subsonic performance. It has a cannula here to lock the jacket and the core together. I'm going to have to do some penetration testing and see how this works. You could load this up and get this going 1,500, 1,600 feet per second pretty easy. That's not too far behind a heavy loaded 4570. One thing to be aware of is to make sure that the bullet you're using is rated for 450 Bushmaster or 460 Smith & Wesson velocities. This Spear jacketed soft point 300 grain, it's a good bullet, but it's only made for 45 Colt velocities. I think they rate this only up to about 1,200 feet per second. So that's way too slow for a 450 Bushmaster. Here's the load data that Hornady has on their website for loading the 395 grain sub-X bullet. They show it hitting 1,650 feet per second. The powders I use for reloading, Lil'Gun works out pretty good. On some of the heavy bullets I can't get the maximum velocity though. Winchester 296 or H110, that works pretty good. For my maximum velocity for heavy bullets I use Alliant Powder 300 MP. This is actually sort of a version of H110 296, but it does seem I can get a little bit more velocity without getting any pressure signs. Here's my target from the range, shot at 25 yards. Use these orange circles here for sighting in, verifying 0. Then I did my 1-shot and 2-shot snaps. Got all pretty good hits. This will work. That's all that I have for today, everyone. Stay safe and thanks for watching.